We'll see how today goes in the National League game, because it's you know, I can't really judge it until I've played a proper game. I felt pretty happy with how it's been in the nets, doing fielding and things like that. But it's a real test to play in a game, and then we'll make our mind up from that.
The Cheltenham and Gloucester Trophy final, one of the great occasions of the summer. There are the teams. Somerset on the left, everybody fit. Marcus Trescothick plays, Andrew Caddick is in that side too. And on the right, Yorkshire, they don't have Darren Gough. And don't forget that, of course, Craig White won't be able to bowl. Trescothick on strike, playing and missing at Hoggard, friends and colleagues in an England shirt, but soon at each other's throats in the cup final. The slower balls from Hoggard on a very dry pitch, where we all felt that if the bowlers took the pace off the ball, they'd be at their most effective. Any pain in that hand, Marcus? A touch.
He'll just settle his nerves a little.
Beautiful stroke. They race down the hill. Always very difficult to catch those. Just bending down to pick it up, and it's on that slope. And all of a sudden, it's left you for dead. It was nicely timed. Quite got onto it. There's a roar from the crowd. No ball there, and Trescothick has played it the way he should have a little earlier. And it's gone very, very fast. It pitched round about middle and leg. Okay, he's back. What a catch. Well, he's had a great season so far with the bat. We know he can field, we know he can bowl. But that is something sensational.
Absolutely stunning catch from Michael Vaughan. And it's the wicket that Yorkshire wanted. Marcus Trescothick had looked in good touch. Just hit this one slightly uppishly, and Vaughan was going with two hands for a minute. And then decided one hand was the way. What a catch. I think he's pumped.
That was the second fine catch. This one, of course, off a no ball. In this short form of the game, there is a free hit if a no ball is bowled. And that's why Sidebottom wasn't celebrating. There were some fumbles early on from Yorkshire. In fact, their cricket was surprisingly messy. Chris Silverwood played after having a pain-killing injection first thing, and he was frustrated by his form. There we go, just surprisingly messy. Normally a disciplined outfit in the one-day game. There were good strokes from Jamie Cox, the Australian, who looked in form and pleased that he had the opportunity to bat first. And Peter Bowler too on the right of picture, very contrasting in their styles. Bowler prepared to nudge it around, and Cox playing more aggressive strokes. 82 for 1 from the first 15 overs, a rate of all but 5.5 an over. That is an outstanding start. Indeed, at this stage, none of us could have any idea who on earth would be blowing the bubbles come the end of the day.
LBW. Quite a distance down the pitch. The ball looked as though it was going from off the leg the way we've been describing it just recently, but McGrath has slipped in for a quick one.
Well, this is a big wicket, this, because Jamie Cox was looking in pretty rare sort of touch. Pitched outside the line of off stump. He's planted the front foot down. He's gone past the inside edge. And Hawkeye said, yep, it would have hit leg stump. And that was good enough for John Holder as well. It's the hit, and Hawkeye said it did, and Michael Vaughan's very appreciative of the fact that McGrath has got through.
That's a 50 for Peter Bowler. 50 out of 127 for 2. It's a good performance.
Could have come down even further, but it's gone for 4. We got a very big piece of hand to that. McGrath couldn't catch it, couldn't stop it.
Could have taken finger with it. Lots of little things happening there. First of all, Dawson's gone out of the attack. Michael Vaughan has come in. Almost a catch off his first ball.
Out. Matthew Hoggard back into the attack from the nursery end, and immediate success for him.
Good captaincy from Blakey. Matthew Hoggard not having the best of mornings, brought him on at the nursery end, and Peter Bowler, who would probably have liked to have batted throughout the innings and be more than 100 not out, has just nicked a faint one, trying to find some width off Hoggard. Nicked a faint one to Blakey.
End of a good innings from Peter Bowler. He's been Somerset's anchor man. Up to 67 here. So nicked a wide one. Somerset now 159 for 3.
Up until this moment, he'd have walked to the wicket being someone that everyone has said should be playing for England, or why aren't they picking him? Well, today he's come in, and in the back of his mind it will be saying, I have been picked for England. I don't know the lad, and if he's mentally tough, he'll just play the same way and hopefully play well for Somerset and England.
That must be close. And it is close. John Holder's raised the finger. Some reverse swing for Matthew Hoggard. His 3rd wicket of the innings. Michael Burns gone LBW to Hoggard.
Hint of reverse swing for Hoggard, and an important wicket this, because it just means that Blackwell and the rest of the Somerset side, Parsons, who's a very fine cricketer, will just have to delay their onslaught a little bit, and that, using the technology, that looks like a good decision from John Holder.
That is the end for the man who has been poured into England's party for Sri Lanka. He's not going to have a party here at Lord's, at least not yet. Ian Blackwell, bowled side bottom. And it was the wickets that were doing the damage. That's why the run rate has come down to 4.7 when it was up at 5.5 after the first 15. 40 overs gone, 191 for 5 on the board. Then Rob Turner went. Good bit of bowling. Ryan Sidebottom was especially competent in this final period of the innings, mixing up his pace, bowling nice tight lines, good slower ball there, dealing with Rob Turner. Then Matthew Hoggard, if you missed Mr. Johnson, I'll hit. And Matthew Hoggard duly did hit. Good, honest, straight bowling. Keith Parsons. Keith Parsons played some lovely strokes, made 40-odd, hit the ball cleanly. A splendid performance from a very decent county all-round cricketer before he was caught out at long on by Ryan Sidebottom again. He was having a little purple patch. 256 for 8 in the end then Somerset. Nobody really going on to make the 80, 90 or 100 that they might have hoped for. 5 wickets for Matthew Hoggard, but very expensive at the start of the innings. 2 for Ryan Sidebottom, 1 for Anthony McGrath, whose medium pacers, 9 overs, 1 for 37, including the wicket of Jamie Cox, did some damage. Michael Vaughan nails Marcus Trescothick with that catch. Just sort of begged the question. Pursuit of 257 to win, wouldn't it be handy for Somerset if Trescothick could return the compliment? In 1965, Yorkshire first won this trophy. Look at that side. Geoffrey Boycott, Brian Close, Fred Truman, John Hampshire, Don Wilson, Phil Sharp, so many England players in this team too. Can they do it again in the year 2002? We're about to find out.
Andrew Caddick at the nursery end with a new ball in his hand. An important part of the game, this new ball. Craig White in fine form for Yorkshire. Probably these 15 overs will determine the game.
Gone. Beautiful ball from Richard Johnson. A little bit of movement away. Somerset have the first breakthrough. And it is the danger man, Craig White, walking back to the pavilion. Big celebrations, and that's because it is a big wicket. Bowled him off peg, out of the ground. 2 wickets in the over for Richard Johnson. The ploy of Silverwood coming in number 3 hasn't worked. Johnson was too quick, too straight. And the long walk back is going. Just keep Craig White's shower on. Fetch that. Slightly on the up. Richard Johnson might be bowling well. He might be bowling quick. Matthew Elliott has seen it all before. Another one through the offside from Matt Elliott. Absolutely no point in chasing that.
It's a lovely shot. Somebody said earlier there was a hint of Mark Waugh about the onside play of Matthew Wood, and there it is. Oh, that's out. 3rd wicket for Richard Johnson. Huge frustration for Matthew Wood. What a way to go. Played on in a cup final when you're seeing it big.
They're seeing it that big. He tried to hit a relatively straight ball through point. It looked to me as if he was trying to work it through the offside, and it came back at him. It was the off spinner. He didn't see it from the hand. Look, he's trying to hit it through just in front of point, and dragged it down because of the fact that it came down the hill at him, and it was the slower ball, and he couldn't control it. Back onto his back pad and back onto the stumps.
Well, Richard Johnson used to play for Middlesex at Lords, and he's made very good use of the slope here today. In the first 2 wickets, he took the slopes going in that direction, and the first ball of this over to Craig White cuts back down the slope. That's where it pitched, the red dot. Then the same for the next ball, exactly the same area of the pitch, but that one just stays up the slope and causes the edge of Craig White, sends him back to the pavilion. Then the new batsman, Chris Silverwood, again, a perfect length. This time it stays up the hill, and he plays and misses, so it goes up the hill there, and then he follows that up with another one, again, pitching in almost exactly the same place, down the slope, and clean bowl. Excellent grouping, excellent accuracy from Richard Johnson, making use of the slope at Lords.
This is the partnership of the game. Elliott and Vaughan, 2 of the best players for Yorkshire, 2 of the best players on show here in the game. However long it takes them to build a partnership, it will be the key one of the game.
Blackwell is coming on at the nursery end.
A direct hit, I reckon he'd have been history.
Quite sure whether he nicked this, Michael Vaughan. If he didn't, that would have been pretty close.
Oh, yeah. Stephen Jones, what a big-hearted cricketer he is. That got him going here at Lords.
More in swing from Stephen Jones, very full. Swinging back at Michael Vaughan, who was looking to clip the ball through square leg. And this time George Sharp decided enough was enough. I think this was sliding down. I think the delivery before was out, and this one was sliding down.
And I agree, so justice has been done. Stephen Jones punches the air. Somerset are very much in the game. It's 157 for 4. Oh, my goodness me. Oh. George. Classical batting. My heaven, that's fine placement, and he seemed to have all the time in the world to do it too. Oh. Wonderful bit of batting. You know, that's not easy to do. And the placements there, the timing, terrific cricket. This guy looks in fine nick.
First points to Matthew Elliott. Timing and placement. That's 200 up for Yorkshire. McGrath's picked it up a gear, but Caddick, he still can't find overdrive. Oh, he's got that. He has really got that. He sorted it out. He thought, well, if you're going to bounce me, at least I'm going to get closer to it. And he read Johnson's mind and whacked him over long on. Here's Dutch. Now the push for two here. Trescothick is the fielder. Elliott will come back. And that is a brilliant, brilliant one-day 100. Now then, has he found the gap? He has. And the boundary. I don't know where they're going to find the magic from Somerset. I think the looks on the faces are starting to look just a little resigned.
It's not just hitting, it's selective hitting.
Well, Somerset needed Joel Garner from the old days. And they needed him to be standing at mid-wicket, either that or with a ball in his hand. And Jamie Cox did his best, just cleared him. Positive batting from Anthony McGrath.
Some magnificent strokes played. Now that could be miscued, but still going to be away from the fielder. He didn't get that right out of the meat, I don't think. Didn't quite mean to hit it as fine as that. 247 for 4. Another boundary to Elliott.
Seeing it like a football.
He done it again. That was a beautiful stroke. He really meant that, and he meant to play it precisely where it went.
What an over. That is what you call hammering the nail into the coffin. 3 boundaries off 3 deliveries, 2 on the leg side. This last one a gem.
That is a big win for Yorkshire. They did it in 48 overs. At one stage, it looked as though Somerset had them by the throat. They came back. Elliott has made 100, 128 from 125 balls, unbeaten. McGrath, 46 from 53.
Yorkshire won't ever pretend that they bowled or fielded at anything like their best, but they certainly batted with fantastic flair and skill.